Welcome back to Pace Summer 2024. We are here once again for another incredible speedrun. I'm Epic Crossover. This is Excelor.
Hello, everyone.
And we'll be doing a very interesting speedrun that most of you probably have never seen before. It is known as Ice Age Dawn of the Dinosaurs. Hopefully that's right. But we have an amazing speedrunner going to speedrun this 100%, which would be completing the game, and there's 80 crystals in the game. So, and then purchasing all the upgrades for every character in order to complete the 100% requirements. So, Costiller, if you're ready to go, we will get this underway.
Okay, so welcome to Ice Age 3, Dawn of the Dinosaurs 100%. We are gonna have to go through a bunch of levels and collect a bunch of stuff, so, yeah, so... Oh wait, yeah, that should be fine. Okay, so when I say go, so you know, we'll go, so...
Yeah, I'll do a countdown for you.
Yeah.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
There we go.
All right, so the first section is like a tutorial section. So basically,
Bro, I'm already messing up.
so basically, Sid, the main character of Ice Age, if you have ever seen the movies of Ice Age, basically will be like showing off the character and how like to move for most of the start of the level. So it's basically just like his early start is what it's called. So,
Yep, and it is quite a lengthy tutorial to say the least.
yeah, it is very lengthy, so he has to do a lot of different tasks in this level. So
Yeah. Yeah, not to mention that if I were going to watch cutscenes, then this would be like 50 minutes longer.
yeah, so what you'll see Costiller do is do a lot of cutscene skipping during this run because yeah, there's a lot of cutscenes. Well, not too many, but there's definitely enough to where it could extend the run very much. So.
Yep. But anywho, right now I'm just like, you know, going out of my way, just breaking a bunch of stuff because I need to grab the main currency of this game, which is basically like this cherries, apples, and we'll see pears later, and we essentially need them in order to buy stuff.
Yeah, because that's what we'll need to buy, basically, like purchase upgrades for our characters and make sure that we complete the 100% requirements for that, and also possibly some other crystals as well.
Yeah.
Seems like the major theme for currency in this game is fruit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
And right there I got you know, the other thing of the collectibles, crystals. Some of them we have to buy them, but 3 of them we can just find them like in every level. Thankfully for this one specifically, we pretty much grab them automatically, so there's no issue there.
Yeah. So what you'll see here is just a bunch of just more tutorial stuff and how to use the game's mechanics, which we'll just have to move as fast as we can, but at least collecting a lot of currency to have it later on so we can purchase the upgrades.
Here we get introduced to our first type of enemy, the beaver. We'll be running into multiple different types of enemies throughout the game, all of which are animals.
Yes, there is a quite numerous amount of enemies that you will face here. Some are more stronger than others, but the good news is about beavers is they only take 2 hits to defeat, so they're not going to be too much of an issue here for this run, but not as much as will be the other enemies that we'll face later in the run.
Well, yeah, and no human since the first movie. Yeah, I'm missing this too. So yeah, right now with attack options, so far we have, you know, this like sort of claw swipe that can turn into this, you know, spin attack. Although if you keep doing that spin attack for long enough, then Sid will get dizzy. So you know, we don't want that.
Yeah, I think that would that would not be good.
That would definitely not be good.
Yeah. As well as a body slam that also helps with well, as you saw, also helps with destroying enemies and stuff.
Yeah. So we have strawberries. Yeah, those are the ones that like replenish health, as we have just seen there. So yeah, it's a bunch of other tutorial stuff that we'll need.
Yes.
So-
Warning though, this will probably not be damageless.
Yeah. It's kind of a difficult game to try and do damageless.
Yep.
Indeed.
Alright, so we have spiders. Once again, very basic enemies for the first part of the level, so you get used to the attack option stuff that you were given.
Bounce on the mushrooms to reach the fire.
Yes, I will do that. Yeet.
Yeah, so those two, I think they're otters. It's Crash and Eddie and
Others.
otters or
They're-
something like
they're
that.
They're
Possums.
twins. They're not. They're possums.
I get them
They're not
confused. I'm so
otters.
sorry.
I'm not gonna take there because I can just, you know, double jump across this.
Also, a question was asked: is the entire game played as the sloth? No.
Only roughly the first third.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, this game is 2.5 hours long, so we'll definitely be seeing use of the other characters.
For sure.
Yep.
We'll get introduced to them later in the run as soon as the tutorial is roughly done, but unfortunately the tutorial is still very long tutorial for how this game usually is.
Yeah. Yeah. Thankfully though, like after we get out the state segments, because there's like in this game there's like 2 really long levels. We should be able to get into much quicker ones.
So yeah, there's nothing too exciting much, but now we go into our first cutscene. Well, at
Our
least
first cutscene.
a few of them.
Okay, I
And
want
this
this.
But this is where you'll purchase items. At least I'm not sure where else you could, but
Well, yeah, what I bought right there was pretty much just like, you know, an ammo extension that's just gonna help me with whenever I get projectiles later on in this level in order to be able to hit further stuff much quicker.
gotcha.
Moles.
Yes,
Yes.
mole hogs.
Mole hogs.
Yeah, that's about it. Nothing too exciting about the mole hogs, unfortunately.
They're pretty easy to defeat.
Yeah.
Only takes like a few hits.
Yeah. Yeah, once we get to like, oh yeah, here we go. I forgot about this. This is the spin attack.
Bro, move! I need to hit the bush. Oh,
Oh,
oops.
you got dizzy. That was a very quick. You snapped him out of his dizziness very quickly.
Yeah.
I don't know if maybe it's because of the mashing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I forget when I saw this, I was like, yeah, this requires some mashing of just opening the entrance to it. So,
Opening the entrance, jumping.
yep.
Well, yeah. Although this game was also released in I believe more or less every console that was available at the time, and one of them was the Wii version, which I actually do own. And essentially, for example, that prompt of the oh, yours don't fall off. That prompt of the of you know, just dislodging the boulder, and also some actions are pretty much just done by shaking the Wii remote.
Yeah.
The Wii remote was all about motion
All right.
controls.
So now we just saw the cutscene of the floating crystal. That's like the, so the cutscene, when I remember sawing it for the first time, I was like, this is a very like interesting start to the game because he just falls. But
Yeah.
I just found it very peculiar when I was like, just like, yeah, you should go for it. Just peer pressure.
Oh yeah. That is a long way down.
I mean, Crash and Eddie are doing basically nothing-ish.
Yeah.
They're acting as guides.
Yeah. Yeah, the entire tutorial level is essentially trying to find the 3 crystals, so it won't be much of a problem for us to
Ooh, snowballs.
locate them.
And now we run into another type of enemy, the birds, and we also run into snowballs, which are the projectiles that Costiller mentioned earlier.
Alright, there you go.
Nothing super interesting about the birds either.
Yeah,
They just do their thing.
Yeah, unfortunately for some of the beginner enemies, they're just they don't really do much to the run, so they won't be much of an issue.
For now, at
For
least.
now, at least, yeah.
For now.
Yeah, like, at least for the tutorial level, as Sid gets his early start
Into a run in graveyard hours. Although, fun fact, we do technically pass through a graveyard in this game.
We do, in fact.
Yes, his name is Sid.
Yes, his name is Sid.
Okay.
Yeah. So once again, we're just trying to collect in-game currency because once again it will be very useful for. Well, it's just mainly just getting as much as we possibly can.
Yep.
Graveyard hours. It's 8 a.m. here. Perfect hours. Yes, 8 a.m. is.
Yes,
peak
it's
morning.
8 a.m. everywhere.
Could be. Definitely could be.
Not 3:35 a.m. in Laurel, the perfect time to get a Krabby Patty.
Oh boy, 3 a.m.
Alright, so oh yes, we got aim mode. Yeah, so this didn't really look at it this much, but oop.
Yep.
Forget that plays.
There are more birds.
Yeah, so
The birds will sling eggs at you if you're not careful.
yeah, a lot of this early game is just fill in the.
Whoa.
Fil-
Okay,
uh-oh.
there you go. There goes the damage list.
Ah, I see. Yeah, so that definitely, yeah, that's something that can happen.
Yep.
Yeah. And is that the tutorial level done?
Yeah, I think that.
Yeah, so only next level.
Welcome back, said Trade a Lot.
So I think the next level is baby proofing.
Yeah, baby proofing.
Yeah. So this level is where we get introduced to a new character, Manny, and basically we'll ask Sid
forgot
like
this.
for help with like a playground that he built. So you'll see
Is
that.
Manny really a new character though?
Hmm.
I mean,
I wonder.
to the speedrun, I would say so, but for people who have seen the Ice Age movies, I would say no.
That is true.
I mean, just say it's both.
Yeah.
We'll say both. Good one. The whole game is not played as Sid. Other characters will be played as we progress through this run.
Yes.
That was
Yes.
answered earlier, in case you missed it.
Now to throw these leaves over the rocks.
Yes.
Okay, so fun fact about these leaves, you think that you have to go back to the batch there just to keep putting these things, but you can just grab the ones that you're putting on top and nothing happens.
Yeah.
That's a great way to code
So,
a game.
So what we're doing here is we're basically coating sharp rocks with mud balls, and we will have to melt them into
What should I do next?
sharp icicles in the cave.
Yep. Okay, we're good. What was that angle? Wait, what? Huh?
Yeah, Yeah, that did not.
That did not look right.
That did not look. Yeah.
Did any of you two saw that?
Yeah,
that
that
definitely did not
angle
look right.
is
Oh, oops.
very. I actually watched your entire run like twice. I did not. Yeah, I did not see the angle once. That.
Like, no, like, that wasn't intentional.
Yeah, no, that was
Yeah.
definitely not.
I found a new speedrun strat.
Hey, that's the beauty of pace.
Well, we need-
Sometimes
well,
you
we need
find
to
new
save
things
time.
in the middle of a run.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Speaking of, I noticed that you took some fall damage when you jumped from that high place. Is fall damage a common thing in this game?
Not that much.
Yeah, I don't think it is that common, but it can't happen.
We got a question from chat. What got you interested in speedrunning this game?
Okay, let's see. I remember watching a walkthrough on YouTube. For some reason, it was missing a couple of levels, but I did found the game to be quite interesting. So I eventually got it on Wii, played it, really liked it, and then, you know, like one day I said, hey, let me speed run it, and hence I did. Like,
Yeah.
my any percent PV of this game is still the same as it was on Wii. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. All right.
So this is done. So now we take control of Manny for the only time in this game.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
All we do is just take out 3 stumps.
Yep. We just have to uproot them, and yeah, we just another mashing game here. So it's just like with other ones we'll see eventually. It's just more of the same.
There are some enemies that are
Oh.
just casually sitting there. We're just gonna ignore them though.
Yeah. Yeah, no need to worry about them.
Yeah.
Although I do want to
Now
worry
we have
about
a-
this.
Now we have a new type of enemy, the rhino. Just as the name implies, or if you know anything about rhinos, they have horns and they will charge at you.
Yes.
So,
And also, this guy showed up in the first movie.
yes, he does.
So
We're gonna throw mud and
So-
lure him
Oh,
into a
that did
wall.
not break? Sure.
yeah. So essentially, what Sid not sure says. Oh yeah, it's a sloth. I forget about that. But he has to use the Brontops to destroy the large rocks that you see on the screen, stuff like that. And
Not
also
sure.
sometimes the charging will destroy them automatically.
Not sure why it didn't happen the first time, but
Yeah, kinda weird.
Yeah. So in order to get their control, we have to throw mud balls at them, which are what those projectiles are.
I think I missed. Wow.
nope.
That somehow was not a messed up angle. I take it.
I meant to hit the playground.
Yeah, everything nice.
So, yeah, so that is essentially baby-proofing. So I think,
Oh, this level
We're on to-
sucks.
yeah, this is
then-
probably like one of the most
The hardest
Annoying.
one.
brutal. Yeah, so this is the pursuit. So you take control of Diego
For one time.
The
for one
saber
time.
tooth.
Yes, same. And he is pursuing a gazelle here.
Okay,
and-
that's one.
Yeah,
The problem about this one is that, okay, like, there's a lot of problems. For one, you have to grab, like, a lot of stuff that is just, like, laying around.
yeah.
What?
Oh no.
Bro.
Yeah, so the problem is with this is that there's so there'll be crystals we'll have to like get during all these levels. So especially for this level, this one is probably the most brutal for crystals alone because it's just you have to make sure you don't miss them like that.
You also have to keep up with the gazelle too, while
Yeah.
avoiding a bunch of other animals.
Yeah, and the next crystal is like 40 seconds away. So if I keep good pace, I can do this in one try. If not, then oh well, at least stay safe.
Yeah. So
They are easy.
yeah, the only way to fail this is that if you get too far from the gazelle,
Or
if
if
you,
time runs out.
yeah, your time runs out. So the pineapples you see on the screen there, ones they speed you up essentially. So and you also want to avoid the water as much as possible because that slows you down.
Stop! Stop. Oh dear.
Uh-oh.
Okay, that's decent if I can get this. Okay, there you go. Now run.
Got 10 seconds.
Go, go, go.
And a pineapple.
There's a pineapple.
You go. Yes.
Yes!
Wow. That
was close.
Right in the nick of time.
No joke. That's the first time I've gotten that first try.
There we go.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay, and now we're actually in one of the longest levels in the game.
Yeah, so this is Lonesome Sloth, pretty sure.
Yes.
This level will show Sid trying to make friends, but unfortunately he will fail at doing that. So.
He will fail now. He fails.
He fails. Yeah, he fails.
Someone in chat said that looks very hard casually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it is hard casually. Like I distinctly remember, you know, as a kid just struggling there.
It's very very difficult to like yeah, for those controls. It's just very finicky. But this one here, so the ice below him breaks, and basically he just has to explore the cave essentially.
Yeah.
And, you have to avoid molehogs, spiders, and bats that have been introduced. Bats are just air enemies that won't be too much of a problem.
Yeah. Okay, I need to skip that.
They will follow you around.
Yeah, they will follow you around though. That's something that does happen.
No.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, whatever. I can buy these things.
Yeah. So those are the crystals that.
Oh wait, I should have also had enough for a health extension.
I think that'll be very useful for as well.
Oh yeah, also.
Very useful.
Let's turn off just this once.
Oh yeah. So there are fun items in this game. I'm not sure how they work actually, but
It's just like purely a cosmetic thing.
I see. Okay. Because I looked at the runs and I didn't really notice them that too much as like something important. So.
I mean, the weird thing about this game is that, you know, I hold second place as of I believe still today. Like I haven't checked speedrun.com like in a while in regards of that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
oh dear.
Cave
There's a
physics.
spider.
Yeah.
Yeah, and spider. Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, where was I? Oh yeah. World record, if I remember correctly, is like a 148. But there's no video.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. I actually looked at that earlier, but that's because it was 7 years ago, and I think it just was never saved again. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but right. So basically, why Sid is carrying a torch is basically he needs fire to explore some caves because some caves are too dark for Sid to go that he runs out scared. So
Help!
that's exactly what he does. Basically, yeah, he needs fire in yeah, most cases for this, and also possibly some other things depending on the cave itself.
Yeah.
So these spiders move, and I think later in this level he'll need to find 3 eggs, and we will get to that once the time comes.
Why are you spoiling the rest of the story?
Hey, this is a decade-old game.
Yeah.
So world record got validated and then the video got lost.
Yeah, but it is a legitimate run. But unfortunately, the run that in question is no longer exists, so it's lost to time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just more of exploring, collecting currency, and just navigating the caves. So yeah, yeah. Once again, this is like one of the longer levels in the game.
Yeah. Burning
Wow,
the
that
webs
landed
with a
nice.
flaming stick. Very Ocarina of Time. This game does have elements that remind me a lot of Ocarina of Time. Such as Sid having like a spinning attack and taking fall damage.
I think that's very reasonable.
Well, yeah. Plus, we're collecting some red rupees that just happen to be circular.
So once again, we just have to.
Okay.
Sometimes the
hitboxes.
projectors just not function for some reason.
Yeah, that's the problem with some of these games. So.
Yeah, but they can have like fun stuff in them.
Yeah.
Like, for example, one thing that Sid can do, let's see if I can get this. Jump. There. Just a little bit of wiggle room in midair.
It's always nice to have.
Yeah.
Some platforming here.
What?
You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. But yeah, this story moment in the movie took like what, 2 minutes?
Yeah. It's not a more like important plot point, I would say.
It's not, sadly.
Yeah. We'll get to some other levels that will be
Oh,
plot
hold
important for this for sure. So.
Beware the howling winds of the cave.
Yes.
And the moles on these things.
Yeah.
The mole was not being very cooperative.
Unfortunately not.
Yeah, it's better to take him out, otherwise like my health is just gonna get like depleted.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, not gonna look down.
I think that'd be best for you, Sid.
Yes.
Yes. Oh dear.
That's a bat. It's not a deer, but. So once again, we're just still just a lot of navigation through this and trying to stay on the platforms and taking care of the enemies here.
We're fine. Well, if this hits. Okay, there.
Nice.
There we go.
Ain't balancing, not falling, not crashing, not burning.
Now we enter very interesting camera because it's a very long cave section.
Yeah.
Well, because the other ones are very short, like 2 seconds. This is like probably like 5 seconds. So
Yeah.
compared to the other ones, that's one of the more long ones.
Dude,
Yeah, unfortunately the projectiles.
I might have to, you know. Oh,
Chunky berries.
Yeah. Yeah. One of the fun items. Not sure what they do, but they enhance the game in some way. So.
They make the berries look visually larger, I think, but
Let's see.
yeah, get rid of those bats.
Yeah.
I will. There you go.
There we go.
And some health on top of that.
Yeah, that's very important.
Yeah, whenever you're like you know, with 2 or 1 health, anytime you hit anything, like it automatically gives you a heart.
Yeah. So you gotta be very careful with that as you trudge through every single level here, especially the cave section because it's a very long.
Oh, dear.
Uh-oh.
I'm
So that
I'm fine.
spider... That spider just shot out a web. And if you know spiders, small things get tangled in them.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you need to move the L stick back and forth to try and untangle it.
Or shake the Wii remote.
That you can also do, but we're on PC, so.
Seriously though, it is rather funny that in the game, Sid is basically a fearless, awesome person.
Sid is an explorer, so he wants to make friends, but once again, he fails. Unfortunately, but that's how the life is of Sid in the cave.
He's probably still gonna keep trying after this too.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
So once again, we're still just doing the same thing. We're just collecting as much. I think it's just. I think I'll just call it currency because I'm not sure what. I forget what the name.
Fruit currency.
Ah, crap.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, there's one right there.
Yeah. So what just happened is basically,
Gush of wind out of nowhere.
yeah, the wind took out the fire. So Sid will most likely not go through the cave if he doesn't have it. So we have to go back for it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright, let me quickly just get this last health upgrade.
So the health extender basically just extended all the way to there. So I don't think we can extend it any further.
Yeah, like that's the max.
Got you. So once again, most of this is just the same things, like taking out enemies, grabbing as much
Fruit
in-game
currency as we
yeah,
can.
fruit currency as we can. Yeah. So that's what you'll notice for these. At least a good portion of the run is just going to be doing this over and over again.
Yeah. I don't know how it just popped into my head, but I just remember that in the first Ice Age film, Sid ate a pine cone.
That was a thing that happened. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a thing that happened. I completely forgot about that. But
I'm surprised that we haven't played a Scrat yet.
yeah, that's not sure if that's later in the run. I'm not sure, but don't remember exactly. But yeah, once again, we're just doing a bunch of exploring.
Got wrecked by a spider.
Yeah, sometimes that it just happens, and you just have to make sure you take them out so they don't cause more.
I think I once again hit something by complete accident.
Yeah. Alright, so we're entering another cave section.
Yeah, and yeah, there's the last one.
Suddenly I got a burning desire to roast marshmallows.
That's all the crystals.
Yep. So that's all the crystals for this level. So yeah, we'll just be moving towards basically finding the ending section, which will be the 3 eggs.
Yeah, right over there. Yep, easy.
Alright, there we go.
The thing about being a
So,
mama.
yeah, Sid says in that cutscene that he promises to take care of them, but we won't be worrying too much about that as we enter in the next level, which I'm pretty sure is called Egg Roll.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, it is. And
Yeah.
what do you guys think? Is this a safe way to carry an egg?
No, no, it is not.
Unfortunately, I would say no. You are basically trying to travel on a snowball down like a ski slope, essentially. a very dangerous ski slope, and yeah, basically he has to just roll the 3 eggs down like a hill, just basically this hill, very long hill.
Yeah, because you know, like Sid somehow took the egg out of the Oh wait, careful. Because you know, like Sid just somehow took the you know, the eggs out of the cave, and then now this.
Okay, on the bright side, the snowball makes dealing with enemies easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't make it too much of a problem to use different kinds of moves to defeat the enemies and have any surprise attacks happen.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's crystal, yeah. So there are 80 crystals in this game for those who are wondering, because we'll need to collect all of them. There's 3 for every single level in this game, and then there's more that we'll have to buy, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, there's 1 egg.
Yeah, so we have to do this 3 times.
I'm not gonna let anything happen to you.
And at least we don't have to do the same thing. I mean, in the levels.
Yeah.
At the very least, yeah.
Oh, don't you worry, you pretty
So
little shells,
what he
Mama.
called, so the first one we just went through, he calls the egg, I think it's called Egbert. That's what he calls the egg. And then now he's rolling Shelly down a hill, and then yeah, down a hill, and then also will be an ice river as well.
And over we go.
Yeah, Sid has some very interesting naming conventions.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, their names. It works.
Yep. Anything could be given a name and it will work. I mean, some may be a bit interesting of a name, like Egbert, but that's what I think, at least.
Shelly can be an actual name, though.
Yeah.
I don't
Oh,
know about
yeah.
Egbert.
And then same will be with Yoko, which is the 3rd egg. So
Nice jump, Sid.
Sid is slacking a little bit.
once again, we have to make sure we collect as many
Yeah,
fruit currency.
I'm gonna make him slack a little bit more. Oh,
Defeat the birds to progress.
there.
Yeah, so eventually, well, so essentially, we just need to knock them off the cliff, so we can just.
And
do
there
that.
we
Yeah,
go.
we can just do
Just
that.
roll off the
That also works.
That reminded me of a very old Mario Party minigame.
Yeah, the
Not very
bumper
old.
balls.
Yes, bumper
Yes.
balls.
Yeah, that's a classic right there.
Yeah, you try to juke them out to make sure they do not hit you. Okay. So we have dodos here, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they're dodos.
Yeah. Once again, I think very basic enemies. They won't do much harm to you unless something happens. But I think, well, if they're on the, they bump you off.
And there's the second egg. Now it's time for the third egg.
Yes. So the 3rd egg is.
I find it funny that some of the sounds of the previous cutscene just overlap here for no reason.
Yeah.
Mama loves you.
Yeah. Sid has some very interesting dialogue throughout the run, so you'll hear more of just his one-liners, I would say.
There, pull back.
Nice.
I think it's pretty cool how they brought.
Oh, and there you go.
At least there were checkpoints.
Yes, this is not Cuphead.
It also saves the crystal that you collected too if you fall off.
Yeah, it doesn't save, you know, the berries. Okay, also, hold up.
To get 100%, you have to get every single apple, or just most of them. To get 100% in this.
Most of them, just to buy everything.
Alright, so essentially the 3rd level of this is basically going through a cave and then across a river. So it's a bit, yeah, both of them, all three of them are a bit different, but they're essentially the same when you come to the basis of it. Yeah, so here we are at the cave.
Never fear, Mama here.
Left, right.
Yep. So we gotta get some momentum to make that turn.
It's a good thing momentum is relatively easy to get in this game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Time to play more bumper balls.
Yeah. Yeah, but we need to essentially just make sure to juke them at the last second so they can just fall off. So they won't be too much of a problem.
Yeah.
And we're gonna make our snowball larger so we can go across that gap.
It also gives the egg some more protection.
Yeah. Yeah. The bigger the snowball is, the better it does, and also it shrinks to, if you hit enemies with it. So.
Okay, that's kind of rough go.
Yeah.
The sounds they make.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very interesting sounds.
Yes.
Alright, so here we're just keep on trying to navigate the river here, and essentially what we all we need to do for this entire
There.
time.
And that's the third egg. And all the crystals collected.
Yeah, now.
Yes.
All the scroller.
Yes.
But hey, at least it has a banger music.
Run, Sid, run! Yes,
So as you may have guessed, this game is not called Dawn of the Dinosaurs for nothing. We will be dealing with dinosaurs.
yes, so this
Yeah.
is Mama the T-Rex, and basically in the cutscene, basically came to the Snow Valley looking for her kids, and basically Sid gets her away from the kids. So, but obviously she is pursuing him until he. So that's what essentially we'll be doing for this. I also need to try and collect
As many apples as we can, as
Yes.
well as the crystals.
Yes. Crystals are very crucial because we miss one, let they go back.
Yeah.
I can tell based off of just watching Costiller play this level that it could be very easy to miss a crystal with all the animals running around.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the crystals are generally just like in the center of the road, but imagine just hitting something and just bouncing off accidentally off it.
Yeah, that's something that could potentially happen.
Yeah, also I need to keep constantly holding down here, otherwise, you know,
Yeah.
like wouldn't be good.
Yeah, it's like the only one of the only levels in this game that's an auto scroller. It might be the only one. I'm not sure though.
Two. There's two.
This is the
There's two.
second one.
Well, ish. Well, at least of this kind.
Yeah. So we'll have to navigate the snow. Just try to stay on, while also collecting more fruit.
Yeah,
Much as we can.
don't want to fall into the piranha-infested water though.
Yeah.
That would be painful.
Yes, very painful.
And that's that level done.
Yeah. Also, say hi to Scrat. He's here.
There he is. All right, so now we're in a level called Nuts About Scrat. So basically, this is just your introduction to Scrat, but also you'll see what this level is mainly about once we get past the tutorial kind of section.
Yep.
Levels like these just scream original Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah. This is like, I feel like this is like a Donkey Kong Country kind of feel, with like the 2D kind of aesthetic, and like the Scrat in the background.
Ow. Yeah, pretty much.
Or 2.5D.
Yeah.
Okay, that's some clean movement, even though I've already taken like 3 damage.
Yeah.
Until there.
There we go.
And
Go.
Yeah. Sometimes the movement doesn't want to work with you, so yeah, stuff like that can happen.
movement be a little silly.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, this is essentially just a platforming section where we need to just make sure we destroy every enemy because they drop fruit currency, and also collect every fruit along the way, like pears, for example.
Oh
Nice.
Ugh. The good news about this, though, is that there's checkpoints. So
Yes.
if there weren't any checkpoints, that would be this game would probably have no speedruns on it. because
That
of
would be Crash Bandicoot, but worse.
Yeah.
Crash Bandicoot, but worse. Yeah.
Yep. All right. So now we're just doing this.
Nice hit.
We're doing the same thing as we usually do, and yeah, keep on collecting the crystals as we see them. Or
That was the 3rd crystal of this level.
yeah.
Nice.
Those enemies that
My jump almost got eaten.
Oh,
Nice
that's
save.
never good.
Nice save.
Very nice save. Those enemies earlier were dung beetles.
Mm-hmm. All right, so that level is completed.
Your mommy and daddy.
So
Yeah, and I also skipped the only cutscene that's taken straight from the movie for some reason.
yeah,
That is.
apparently that cutscene is straight from the movie. All right, so now we got Buck, and this is Buck to the rescue. So basically, finds out that that the Sub-Zero heroes have been spotted by dinosaurs. So basically,
Alright, let's see. By which one was it? This one? This one and this one mainly. Do I have enough for this? Yes.
nice.
Very nice.
Yeah, so yeah, this is 100%, so we'll need to purchase those upgrades. And
Oh,
Almost
I-
missed the
good thing you caught that.
yeah, I almost walked right past it.
Yeah. So once again, we're just getting introduced to another character in the game.
But yeah, Buck is essentially like really agile. Like you can tell that he's moving slightly faster, and you know he just took some vines. He has a rope. The only thing is that sometimes to attack things like see this better.
Yeah.
Looks like I'll have to force my way
So now we get to the dinosaurs, where he needs to essentially do that, what he just did there.
Yeah.
Where basically just needs to defeat them and then keep on trekking through.
Yes, defeat them in a very non-E-rated way.
Yeah.
Is that a dodge roll?
Yeah, it's a dodge roll. So essentially, like by I mean, come on, brain function.
You're good. You're good.
Essentially, by just holding the aim button and then just moving in that direction and then also hitting the attack button, you actually are able to do that. It will actually come really handy with when we get some things and also in some sections.
Yeah. All right, so this is just a much navigating the vines, doing as much as we can to make sure we don't fall off of them. But I don't know how that exactly works, but 'cause I haven't really seen any runs or any walkthroughs of them falling off the vines. So
Fair.
It's not a bad thing to assume what happens
Yeah,
if
yeah.
they do, though.
yeah, I mean it'll probably just be falling off, respawning to the checkpoint you were just at. So
the music change.
Yes.
Yes.
Very interesting music change for this section as we,
The sweeping scope.
yes. So you jump there to skip the tutorial, as you'll probably need that. Actually, no, you will need that for this section, as you can tell these are
Looks like the Dino's my only route
will
now.
cause damage.
Yep. Jump!
Ooh.
That jump
That-
said, nah, let's not work
Dino's my
today.
only route now.
There.
There we go.
There we go.
Like, it just sometimes doesn't work for some
Yeah.
reason.
Thanks for the
So that is pretty sure it's a Brachiosaurus. And that's while we're sliding down the vine, basically just we just climb and just slide down, and we go on to another vine and a few other sub vines.
All of a sudden, we're playing Sonic Adventure 2.
Yes.
Yes.
It's a mixture of a few different games.
Bulk is basically live and learning.
Oh,
Wow.
oh my!
That was instant.
Yeah, all right, so these enemies are Trudons, and this is where we actually get into the the real like enemies that we'll have to deal with. That could be a problem
Yeah.
because they will attack back very viciously.
Yes, they are baby dinosaurs.
Yes.
Yes, and that's why you have to act viciously as well.
Yes.
Ooh, what is that? What is
That-
that thing that appeared?
That is a weapon.
Ooh.
Let me just grab these things real quick, though.
Yeah. It's definitely going to be very useful to do that throughout this entire run, but if you did any percent, you wouldn't do that much because, yeah, they wouldn't necessarily be needed. But in a 100% run like this, you
There's the dodge roll that I explained.
yeah. So we just got, yeah, since we're in the enemy section, the dodge roll comes into effect here.
The question is, what happens when you run out of ammo?
I can still do dodge rolls, but I do need to recharge it with projectiles.
Yeah.
Welcome to
So we're at another shop, so we just use the health extender to make sure that
And you know, we then get another one straight away.
yeah. All right, yeah. So we finally get lychees. So you'll see like the amount of we have in the bottom left there. So we'll need to essentially get past several plants, and also I think a few more Trudons, and I think a pack of another dinosaurs that we'll get to in a moment.
Normally in any percent you just like walk right past this. Although we also do buy like some upgrades in it as well, particularly the ammo extension ones.
Yeah.
Like they particularly save a lot of time in the last level.
Yeah. Which we'll get to later in the run. So.
Yeah.
Were you insinuating that I was not gonna do the final level in this 100% speedrun?
I know. I was just saying we'll get to that when the time comes. All right. So now we got a pack of dinosaurs. I think they're called Dinosaurs, something like that. But yeah, these are much more of a problem than the Trudons, because the Trudons are a lot smaller and are much easier to take down, while the big dinosaurs will attack you a lot more often
Yeah, pretty much.
and are much bigger in size.
And of course that one's missing.
again, it's just more of just taking them down and
And there we go.
Voila.
I'm the best around.
Alright, so we have collected all the crystals in that level, so we can move on to the next one. So we're using Buck again. So this is called Flower Power. So he's in the plant territory.
Yeah, essentially he helped everyone, and now and then you know he left, and now he's like, oh wait, maybe I should go back to help them.
Yeah. So what we'll see here is just more of the just doing the same thing we've done already. Is just collecting more fruit currency, but we'll get to a section very soon.
Welcome back, Seth. You're running
Okay,
fast,
we
right?
won't see anything of the shop for a long time.
Yeah, that is also something I almost forgot about, but yeah, we'll not be seeing that for a little bit. So yeah, we'll need to still navigate to the plant territory, and we'll get to a certain section, which I'll talk about once it shows up. That will affect this level very much.
I'm still missing this.
Alright, so now we learn how to bounce off of walls, as we'll need to essentially climb them and just wall jump as well. And
Well, yeah, as well as this
Yes.
parkour.
yeah,
Parkour.
yes. Ooh,
Nice plant.
so those, pretty sure those are Venus flytraps.
One of them was. The other one,
One-
I don't know.
Yeah, one of them was.
Well, oversized Venus flytraps.
Yeah. Usually they're a bit smaller than that. Usually. All right.
Now in theory, you could actually try to just bomb rush through this, like you know, without like looking or anything. But let's just take it safe for the sake of the cherries.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I hit the back one. Okay.
Nice. Saving time accidentally, which is very good.
Accidental throws that save time counter.
Yes.
3.
Yeah, so basically this entire section is, well, what we just did was just passing a lot of spinning plants, shooting plants, and then, yeah, Venus flytraps, what you already said.
And then a wall run.
Yeah, so now we got to the wall run, which probably need later, but just something that we'll
Looks like the
we'll be
tree
learning.
is my only route.
Alright, so now we're at the section where Buck has to basically climb a large tree. And we'll have to defeat a certain enemy in just a little bit.
What do you mean I'll never get in that tree? I see. There's a plant nearby that'll help me.
Alright, so we're facing more Trudons.
Yeah,
There's so
thankfully,
many of those things.
Yeah.
yeah, thankfully this wave is not that big.
There's waves.
Yes?
Yes. There seems that they are. Alright, so yeah, once again we're doing the same thing as usual, so we'll chilling a bit with just wall runs and
Wall ride? How do you ride a wall?
I have the tools.
Maybe
I
at some
haven't
point.
touched
Yeah. There are plenty of ways to do that, though.
So now we have to water the leaves here, so we can use them as platforms.
Yes.
It's another tool we can use. But if we want to regress, we'll have to use that throughout this.
I think my projectiles are more than enough for now.
After buying all the upgrades, yeah.
Yes. Alright, yeah, so we're basically trying to climb the tree as fast as we possibly can, so that's what a speedrun is.
Yes.
So, yeah, a lot of platforming in this section.
And I'm out of the
It's a
tree.
long way down
There we
from
go.
here.
Nice.
It's another crystal.
Oh dear, I thought I missed that
Ooh.
jump.
Well, I did not see that there.
I thought it was gonna be a checkpoint load, but and once again we have to navigate by taking this thing pretty safe. Or at least just taking it so we don't hit the spikes on the tree branches, you could say.
Yeah, there you go. 0 stops.
We were taking the scenic route.
All right, so now we're at the hive. So there's a bunch of hornets in this section, and yeah, essentially what Costiller just needs to do for most of this is basically destroy the hive.
With any projectile that I have.
Yes, while trying to avoid the hornets. So that's essentially what all we need to do here.
I think it's great if Buck can just go up against the angry horde of hornets.
Yes.
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 Wait. Whatever.
Random hornet jump scare.
Yep.
We can collect more ammo, and there we go. And we can just defeat the hornets, and also grab more ammo. Yeah.
Alright, time for a lasso swing. Hopefully I don't pound the ground by accident.
Yeah. Once we need to use those, yeah, the Y button will show up. So we just need to make sure we don't miss them, of course.
Alright, there we go.
So yeah, we'll have to navigate these sections by just collecting the same as we usually do with recurrency,
And now another slide.
yes. Intense music.
Very intense
Shaky
music.
cam.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that camera is very shaky. But very intense music for not a very life-threatening sequence.
I think it would be more calming if it was like a Mario 64 kind of music with a slide. Yeah, this feels like a boss kind of theme, or at least like a jungle, just the main jungle
Took me
theme.
whiskers off.
I mean, we're still in the jungle.
Yeah. Once again, we'll need to use some lasso points here and there, depending on where we are in the level.
Yeah, no need to use this last one though.
Yeah.
This could lead to a sticky situation.
So now,
Like them sack pools.
yeah, we just need to cover. All right, so now we're at the section where We have to defeat more of the same dinosaurs, but also dragonflies. Dragonflies are much more, I would say much more hyper hornets.
Yeah, and because they fly, like, you know,
Yeah.
kinda rough to hit them sometimes.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
problem with a bunch of aerial. Well, not as problem with bats because they're very small and they don't really do that much. But for the ones that attack you, they're a bit of a problem. All right, so in order to finish this level, he has to defeat this Ankylosaurus. The first, I would say, boss, like final, like the one that ends the level here. So
Yeah, and for some reason, in terms of these bosses, like sometimes, like you know, they're more vulnerable to some things.
yeah,
Like for example, this one is more like, you know, vulnerable to leeches. And there you go, he's down.
yep. So that level is done after we have defeated the Ankylosaurus. So now,
This level is just a boss.
yeah. So this is called Root of All Evil, and basically Manny and Diego, which are two of our, let's say, friends possibly, are basically kidnapped by this plant, which is obviously a carnivorous plant, and basically Buck here has to fight a bunch of shooting plants, and also he'll have to shoot vines that actually resemble pea pods. That's what you just see it right there.
Okay, here's another one. That did not hit? Okay, there.
There we go.
Hitbox detection in this game seems to be a bit wonky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, reminds me to Jack and Daxter 1 collision for some reason.
Yeah. we
I
get
think
it.
I'm
We get it.
missing one. Ah, here.
Oh, there we go. Yes, we get it. A bunch of like basically like references, you could say, to like different games, or you can just say that they're just inspired by them.
I also need to keep an eye across the entire arena because as it turns out, the crystals of this level just start spawning, you know, as you progress through this.
Yeah. Yeah. So we
Okay,
can
that's
just,
health refill.
yeah. So we can use that to refill, which is will be very useful because we go on. Yeah, obviously we've already explained it already, but the low health can be very detrimental and can cause you to I think it's you would redo this section if you died.
Yeah, pretty much.
I would hate to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, this section is a pain with just 5 health and just, you know, trying not to ow.
Yeah, it seems like that is. Use that to. So we just need to hit the, let's say the skin, just the red skin, to pull it down, like Buck is doing. So that would be obviously hitting it with projectiles, and then once it's ready, you would use the lasso. I think there's one or two more.
Only one
Only
left.
one.
Nice landing. Alright, now these vines.
Yeah. So what the dialogue you just heard is essentially what we need to do here.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Bruh.
Aw, that was unlucky.
Okay, so the good news is that we have a checkpoint there. So the game is very forgiving with checkpoints. But yeah, this section is definitely the most difficult section in this level.
I already took 4 damage.
Yep.
Oh jeez. This thing hits hard.
Yeah.
Okay,
Even though it does 1 damage per hit, it's still, you gotta make sure you defeat them and also collect the crystals.
Oh, and also to grab this, dude. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Right, go. There, and the plant exploded off screen.
The end.
The end.
we save them, and that is root of all evil. So now we have,
Banger of a music.
yeah, we have Scrat's Jungle Jive. So the other squirrel that was, I think it was Scratty, I think.
Scrat. I don't remember.
I think it's just both Scrat, I guess.
No, no, they're
Definitely
not.
not.
Yeah, okay. But they end up in the jungle of the dinosaur world, so basically they'll have to try and get out of the jungle, and they'll try to find something at the very end of it. So, which is much more platforming. Wow.
Nice elevation, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, incredibly good evasion.
Oh yeah, and we also have these cannons. They're just, you know, your typical ones.
I would definitely say it's Donkey Kong inspired now. Alright, so you have to move that in order to climb. Yeah.
Or double jump. Yeah.
Double jump, that's
Yeah.
right. Speaking of double jump, we got the tutorial show up. So we'll have to navigate by pushing those.
I did not want to get up there.
Yeah, once again, crystals are very important, and I'll have to make sure remember where they are. But so far,
So far, no misses?
I think so. Yeah,
Nice.
So far, no misses.
I have not noticed any. So
I
am-
haven't either.
Yeah, but if I do though, I'll try to make sure I can keep my eye on them. Alright, so now we have Air Gus and
Exclusive to Scrat Ted, if I remember correctly, if that's the name.
yeah. Oh yeah, we're not using script. Yeah, I forget about that.
Yeah, now it's back to Scrat.
Yes. Yep. Alright, so now we find the acorn that was eaten by the Pterosaurs, and that's the
Listen up!
and we're
Listen up, expect the unexpected, aka longest level in the game.
yes. So so in the cutscene, Buck is separated from the herd and basically needs to try to find a way to get back to them. So I have to defeat.
I also need to make this dinosaur enter in reason. There.
Go.
So yeah, this one's pretty much controlled similar to right, bruh.
That's a bit unfortunate.
Yeah.
I didn't even crash into anything.
Yeah. Alright, so we'll be riding the Pachyosaur through. Seems well. So far, we're just crushing the
Doors.
The doors, yeah. Run face first.
Yeah. Okay, I'm pretty sure I did break all of them. Also, open.
Yeah. I remember seeing those being very annoying to like make sure you actually open that up so you can get the fruit. Seems to be the same as before though, where it's
Yeah,
just
no, that one.
yeah, Costiller just have to make sure that he doesn't miss any, like here for example. So. So, yeah. So now he.
Another hive.
Yes. So, yeah, he's gotten to the cave, but once again he has to defeat another hive. So it'll be the same as before.
Except that this time I don't have any leeches for some reason.
Yeah. Yeah. So once the ammo runs out, we need to refill. But that's just common knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the hive doesn't seem to be causing too much of an issue.
There you go. Easy.
Yeah,
Somehow no damage.
it's not pretty good.
That is incredibly good.
And
Well, unfortunately, until that happened.
jerk.
Commentator's curse, I guess.
Yeah, it's bound to happen everywhere.
All right, so now he has to escape, basically.
Are you gonna spoil again?
Well, he needs to just navigate this section where it looks very gloomy, I would say.
It does look dark and dreary.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a green
I will
like
not say
mist.
anything yet, I promise. But, yeah. Once again, we just need to keep trekking along.
Yep.
We have to use the same things we have been using. All right, so now
Smell gas. They're not a funny kind.
we had to escape from poison plants. So essentially, what we need to do is,
Just get up as fast as possible.
yep.
Yep.
So,
Also, if this gas touches you, it won't kill you instantly, but if you're deep enough, then that's lethal.
got you.
Yeah, so far it's fine though.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, don't fail me now.
Yep. So now we can defeat them. So there's 6 of them, if I recall.
Yeah.
Yes, there are 6 of them.
Yep.
Yeah, and thankfully all the projectiles kind of work with this
Yeah.
with this ones.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, if they didn't work, that'd be a bit of a problem.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay, and there's the last weapon in the game. This tube
Looks
thing.
like I've found a weapon of mass destruction.
And well, it's really powerful. Look, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
There we go.
That is also like one of the main reasons why it's important to just get like at the bare minimum the upgrade for that weapon specifically, because you know, like I was able to, like, once I pulled the you know, the door that I had to pass through without needing to do anything else.
Yeah. Alright, so currently we need to just fight a series of dinosaurs and plants. I think? Oh no.
Yeah.
So I just need to look out for them.
There.
There we go.
Next time, maybe they'll think twice before ambushing a weasel.
Thank you, Buck.
Yes, thank you for your
Your input.
yes.
Yes, no one shall dare ambush us.
Yeah.
Okay, how much more do I have? 21, okay.
Okay.
Well, the bottom area sure looks familiar, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Seems like we were there before.
Man, that's a coincidence.
Yes.
Because if it was an area that we were before, then there wouldn't be a death plane.
Yeah.
Bug here just wants to show off, that's all.
Yep. Show his massive prowess. Alright, so we have another one of
That's not
Another
a
one
very
of
convenient
those,
place to stand, my good dino friend.
I
Triceratops?
think it is Triceratops.
Yeah.
Yes.
Alright, so now we're in another
Mini fight.
yes. Dinosaurs, plants. And,
Yeah, we have to take down both of
Yeah,
them in
those-
order
yeah.
to progress. Okay, that's not where I'm aiming. Thank you.
I think just locked on or something.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So if
Yeah,
they
probs.
if they try to attack you, you need to mash Y to try and fight back. Yeah. Yeah. Some need sorry. Some have more like health than others. So some will need to take more hits in order for them to be defeated.
Again, wrong way. I'm trying to hit the plant. Wait, how's that?
Grab
Okay, what am I missing?
the thing.
Oh, hey.
Hello there. There we go.
Oh, look, it's General Grievous.
It's another. So this one we can't defeat with the lasso. I think so it basically just knocks them out. So this will actually have to fight as an actual boss.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ooh.
At least, oh.
Another one?
Man.
Okay, there you go. Back off.
So yeah, I'm just gonna, I think it's the bazooka. I think it'll come very in handy for those.
Ferocious dinosaurs.
Yeah.
It definitely should, yeah.
Alright, so we're gonna try and hitch a ride on this dinosaur to open up these doors again.
There's really only one door in this one.
Oh, there's only one door? Oh, okay.
Well, that's good then.
Yeah.
The less the better, I would say.
Yes, indeed.
So we have another crystal.
Yeah, let me grab this.
So seems that we're
Back with the gang in no time.
entering, yeah. So we'll have to be on our way to head back to the herd.
Yeah, wherever they are, if they haven't been eaten by a dinosaur already.
Yeah.
So at least we're doing fine.
We'll have to clear the path, but
My jump got it.
That's never fun.
yeah.
Well, let's just clear some toxins with honey. Why not?
Yeah. So you'll need to use honey to cover up those, so you can pass through.
Okay, this time work.
Hey, there we go.
Yep.
Yes.
Nice. To do more wall climbing.
Lots of parkour in this game.
Yeah.
Yes. Although I do need to take a small detour here for the crystal that's over there.
Yeah. There we go.
Very nice. I think that is the last crystal in this level.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
Think so.
Okay, we're all confused. Let's check. Yes.
Yep, cool. So now we have to feed just 5 dragonflies here.
More than 5, it looks like.
I think it was like 6 or 7.
I think it is.
With a weasel.
It's just a horde of dragonflies. We can say that.
Ah, fair.
All right. So, yeah. A lot of this, a lot of bug sections are just a bunch of platforming and like third person platform, you could say.
Okay, this is the last part of the
I
level.
think I'm going to enjoy this.
Let's just try not to stop.
Yes.
Yes, do not want to stop.
Yeah. So he has to navigate by also trying to collect the fruit as well.
Loop de loop.
Round and round.
Don't get motion sickness on this ride.
I mean, considering how fast Buck is going, then oh dear.
Yeah, this is a very lengthy vine they'll have to navigate through.
Almost reminds me of that one world in Kingdom Hearts.
I don't think I've played that, but I think I know roughly what you're talking about.
Yeah, the Tarzan world.
Alright, so we're done there. So we reached the
Yeah, now we have lots of scrollers. Starting with this one that sort of sucks.
Yeah, so this is called Noisy Nightlife. So
To the age of silence.
so we haven't really catched up with Sid, but Sid
He's fine.
yeah, yeah. Which so Sid in the cutscene promised the Mama Dinosaur to protect them from whatever enemies we face here.
And away with you.
So
Those are pterodactyls, I believe.
well, there are aerial enemies, so they'll be a bit tricky to defeat.
Yeah, and sometimes there will appear like big ones in which I have to just target everything into them. Right. Right, one's coming.
Alright, so now we have an Ankylosaurus.
Alright, there we go.
Sure. So we gotta make sure we focus on those, because if we don't, I think that well, at least it wouldn't be good.
We don't want Sid to be eaten.
Yes. Yeah. This is essentially just aim at the enemies and make sure to get them, at least. That's all we can do here.
Yeah.
That's more like it.
Alright, so the enemies that are in here, so there are Troodons, there are Hornets, well, the Ankylosaurus that we saw, and now we have an Iguanodon, which is the other sub-boss, you could say.
Yeah, I guess you
easily.
could say that.
It is a good thing these dinosaurs cannot attack you.
Yeah. You get a crystal from that.
I'm gonna save that part for a little bit, unless I accidentally shoot it.
Yeah.
And I shot accidentally.
Yeah, this is a good section to like practice aiming, especially when you're like when some sections you feel like you just need to have a better aim, and just like later sections, whatever we get to them.
Yeah.
Okay, where's the last one, which is the hard one?
Come on, Sid. You can do this.
So it should be, yep,
There.
there we go. So now there's a Kentrosaur, and yeah, a lot of mashing needs to be done here.
Yeah, because he rushes right at the end.
Oh yeah, that's not good at all.
This death is
Yep.
nocturnal free.
No, yes.
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
Very
I'm
well
so
done.
proud of you.
Yep, there is.
Nice. So yeah, basically you had to protect them from those and also butterflies that we saw there. But
Incoming!
now we're in the section. Feels like another auto.
What does this
is
section
an
remind
auto
you of, guys?
Star Fox 2D modes.
Yes, Star Fox in 2D.
I actually don't know. I think it just reminds me of just. I think I would say just like a shooter, like a space invader kind of like just like trying to navigate through all enemies or something.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Basically, the section is just trying to. Yeah, they're being attacked by hornets. They're also fireballs that you see that are shooting out of the sky. Oh, not out of the sky, out of the ground. But also shooting flowers and also pterosaurs as well. But there's also some weapons in this that aren't in others that are being utilized currently.
Okay, nice checkpoint.
Watch your fingers and toes.
Don't sweat, shoot that! Isn't anything here friendly?
So those are the shooting flowers I mentioned.
Is
Ooh, that was close. Never mind.
The sky is falling!
Nice crystal grab there.
Yeah, surprisingly, all 3 crystals are on this cave section.
Interesting. Fortunately, some health taken there.
Yeah. Okay, what hit me there?
This is a good question.
I don't think I saw it, unfortunately.
I don't think I saw it either.
Give me a checkpoint or a health. Thank you.
There we go.
I got both.
We got very lucky with that. So, and now we also got health as well. So. So we collected all the crystals here, so now we just need to defeat enemies that come in our way and also avoid the fireballs, as you can see here.
Okay, I think we're if I remember correctly, we're almost at the end of this section.
Giant swarm of hornets currently, so.
Yeah, and also we're pretty much just skyrocketing our currency.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Costiller, don't do the same mistake that you did in your PB and forget a thing right at the start and lose 5 minutes.
Ah, yes. So now we're on our way to try saving Sid. So
Oh dear.
the group ended up in a cave. So we'll have to.
Okay, there's one.
I'll have to explore.
Do a barrel roll! Yeah.
Now it feels like Star Fox.
Yeah, now it definitely feels like Star Fox.
Yeah, though weirdly enough, the barrel roll in this game is mapped to Y. Like, weird, but fine.
Yeah.
Also, why am I getting suspicion that I already missed the crystal? Did I?
I don't know. Hopefully you
Oh, the air quickly check.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm hoping you didn't. Hoping you did not, because that would not be good. Well, it's when. Oh, I forget it. That's right. It's because when it's when he says these plants are like dangerous. That's where like the first crystal is. It's like in front of. It's like in front of like a plant somewhere.
Was it a blue one or a purple one? Okay, no, I think I missed it. Crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I should have 2 by that point.
Yeah.
But it's weird. Why did I not see it? Or wait, what's?
Yeah, it's in front. He said these plants are dangerous, so I think it was around that section, but
I did not see anything.
I did not see it either.
Maybe this is not the right section.
I hope it's not, but
Was it?
I'm sorry, I have no idea because I didn't see anything.
I also had my eyes wide open. I did not see anything as well.
Yeah.
I didn't see anything either.
The one thing that I do remember is that I need to have all 3 crystals before I exit this cave.
Yeah, well, yeah. Whenever Buck says like these plants are dangerous, I think it's in front of like one of those spinning plants, and it's like in plain view is what I think.
All right.
All right, so now we're
Yeah, boost board. This is Star Fox.
This is indeed Star Fox. And another hive.
actually
It's weakening! Keep shooting!
this section's a bit of a difficult navigation.
There you go.
Yeah, it
We're free and freedom feels
Gun
good!
it.
Nice boys! We're not out of the woods yet! Shoot the bugs to clear the void! There's more! And we were getting along so well! Clear those voids!
Okay, there's. Okay, so that's another one.
That was just in the middle, so that one was actually in plain sight. I didn't see the first one, unfortunately.
I did got a blue one near this. Okay, there it is. So we basically were. So basically, it was completely dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, incredibly.
But hey, I take like roughly a minute of time loss over 5.
Yeah.
And that's why we mammals are the superior species.
All right, now this is true Star Fox.
Ah, yes.
Ditched him!
To a barrel. Indeed. So this section, they're in the canyon section.
Yeah, and we have to do like a plethora of objectives.
Yeah.
So you know, time to look. We have, you know, rings that definitely are Star Fox.
Yes.
We also have to take down enemies, which is definitely Star Fox. We also have these turrets to get, which is also Star Fox, but we don't see a fox anywhere.
Yeah. Sad.
I'm sure the fox is somewhere.
Yeah, so it is 10 dust rings. We also have to do, you have to defeat 10 shooting flowers and then a bunch of pterosaurs.
Okay, down. Okay, at least I only have like one ring left.
Yeah.
Now let me get it right now. Okay.
There we go.
Now if these guys could just stand still.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. As we said before, the aerial enemies, unfortunately, are the most tricky in this game. Because since they move around a lot, it's kind of hard to keep an eye on them, try to lock them down, and trying to get them out of the sky. But that was a pretty good 4 hit there.
Okay, almost done with this.
A few more.
Done.
Maybe one more.
Yep.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay.
Your daddy saved your mommy.
Now another auto scroller.
Yes. So Sid is being chased again. Am I surprised? No. So this one,
Are you not surprised because you watched the movie though?
yeah, I am not because I watched the movie. If not, though, you should definitely.
Yeah, watch the movie.
Yeah, definitely watch it,
Definitely.
so you can understand this section here.
Try pinecone. Oh, much more tasty and slow. I'll be a running away expert by the end of this.
You're not an expert, Sid, but I appreciate.
He is being an expert.
Top of the
So far, he is actually. Yeah, this is like one of those levels where getting the fruit is not such an easy task. But it is with levels that look like this, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, we're fine though for now.
So the dinosaur that is chasing him is Rudy. So this is called Rudy's Revenge. And if you watch the movie, you'll understand why Rudy is chasing Sid at this very moment. So yeah, along the way, says to as we've seen so far, he has to avoid a bunch of different enemy hazards and stuff like that.
I really could do with some snow right now.
But yeah, from a speedrun aspect, this is just an auto scroller. So
Yeah.
we'll just need to try and avoid Rudy. Lose him near the end. So
Yep,
Well, I'm
it
pleased to
works.
say, little one,
all right, so we enter the next Scrat 2D level.
Last one, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's actually really cool that they look nice, but unfortunately this will be the last one. But it's called Tar's. It's Scrat's Tar Pit Trouble, and they had an acorn on the last level, but they unfortunately lost it.
Again.
Yes, so that's why it's called Tar Pit Trouble. So they're trying to work hand together to find it and see where it possibly could have gone.
Well, at least we found a crystal. Dude. Okay, that's a mess up on my end. Hold up.
There we go. So that unlocks a crystal. So we have to move another object. But we don't need to move it that far. At least for some of them we don't. Alright, so now we take control of Scratty, I think? Yeah. Sorry, I don't know how to say. Yeah, it's more of a platforming. Seems like more of like a foreground. But now it looks like the background. Because like Scratty was like more far away than at the start of that section. Located another crystal.
Nice slide.
Very nice.
Incredibly nice.
There we go. Now we can navigate that. Now we're back to Scrat.
This last section really sucks for the last crystal. Like, you know, you have those enemies and, you know, good old time limit to go all the way back.
That was close.
Pretty much.
Yeah, you still managed to get it, so that's good. At least you landed right back into that cannon.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I would explain what the cutscene did, but that would require 2 minutes of me blabbing on too much. So we'll move on to the next one.
Good. Oh, keep looking. Keep stepping.
I'm pretty sure this is all the crystals.
Yeah, all the bonus crystals there. So
So apart from the 6 that I'm missing from these last 2 levels, I don't need to collect any more cherries anymore.
yeah.
This doesn't appear to be the most stable
So-
environment for a weasel.
So we finally have collected the bonus ones. So they didn't have that many levels in this game, so it was like, let's just have you can just buy the other crystals. So
Yeah, I mean theoretically I could have had like much better like you know better grabs of the fruit and stuff. Like if I were to grab the ones that I'm skipping like right now,
yeah,
then it probably would be like 2,000 more. So
yeah,
so you know it's just a thing about like you know like in its more complex routing that I haven't done unfortunately in that case.
yeah. So this level, it's grave danger, and he is, in fact, as a bug, is in the tar pits and trying to still find the herd, but has to go through some enemies first.
What happened to this herd?
Also, kind of weird that we're pretty much near the end of the game and we're going through this place when in the movie it was just halfway through.
Yeah, it's like a weird timeline in the movie because like you're halfway through the movie, but also you're almost done. Yeah, so it's very interesting. Alright, so we have another Ankylosaurus here.
I ran out of this.
Let's see. Always forget, you always have to make sure you're checking on how much ammo you have.
Yep.
There we go.
Next time you might try putting up a fight, my good dino friends.
Alright, so we can now continue navigating through the tar pit.
Ooh, clean. Clean. Not clean.
Not clean.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah. Alright, so we have to do some more platforming in this section. Use the lasso there. More platforming here.
Ooh, almost missed that jump.
Yeah, I saw that. At least you made it. There we go. So we're gonna continue navigating. Climbing walls, using vines, all the stuff we've learned at the start through the tutorials we'll be using.
Except in a much more complex manner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure that skeleton moved.
yeah.
I wonder if danger is lurking around and it's gonna be relevant later.
Ooh. Alright, so we have another enemy wave, or just multiple of them.
Wait, I regrabbed that. Okay.
More plants to destroy. Actually, yeah, essentially stuff we've already done. We just have to do a few more of them.
Oh.
Ooh. Wow, actually,
Sure.
yeah. Fortunately, that happened. Yeah. I don't even know what to say there. That's just all that's all I had to say. It was just, I was just,
That was so instant.
yeah. Yeah, it's so instant. You don't really know, like, what, like, explanation you could have for that. Yeah, this is a difficult enemy section. Because you possibly could get jump scared by one of the one of the dinosaurs, and you just take immediate damage.
The plant, please.
Even get knocked out. Yeah.
Yeah. Still a few more. Oops.
I shot a nothing.
Yeah. Alright, so we have another Triceratops.
This time it's going to be charging directly at Costiller.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh my. That health.
Okay, I'm fine.
Okay. You're very lucky the strawberry was right there.
Yes.
Ammo. We'll have to use all of our ammunition on the Triceratops here.
Not all, but a good amount.
Good amount, yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay, at least
Okay,
it
It was
okay,
only
at least-
one that time.
There was only one health that time. Yeah. Okay, good. I was a bit concerned there, but
Was on a superior species.
at least we got through that section.
Yeah.
Ah, the tranquility of bubbling tar.
Alright, so once again we have another platforming section. We'll have to get navigate. So far,
So far it's
so
moving.
good. Yeah, I was making sure to not say it yet because I didn't want to jinx it. But we got through the checkpoint.
Wait, oh wait, no, it's not here.
No, I don't think it is.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, it's a bit later. There we go. So now we
Yeah,
can,
it's this one.
there we go. Yep. Nice. Yeah, just not much going on right now, just more of just navigation and platforming.
Yeah.
So nothing really much to talk about here, unfortunately.
Except this.
Now,
And
Now
we're
we do.
sliding.
another sliding section.
Again with this music though.
Yeah.
Yeah, very. This actually makes more sense now because we're in a much more like intense environment. Yeah, like last time I think, when it's like daytime section, I feel like it didn't make that much sense. But now I could feel the aesthetic on this one.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure that one of you has the ability to enhance it immensely.
Yeah. Yep. So now we have egg roll we did last time. Now we just have
That almost blew me over the edge.
the roll down the hill section.
Should be a relatively straightforward level,
Yeah. But yeah, those.
except for the wind.
Yeah, the wind is the.
Yeah,
only
the wind
problem.
sucks.
Yeah, so we'll have to go in like those crevices you see there.
Oh, dear.
Ooh, okay, at least you made that again. Nice. Okay, good crystal grab there.
This doesn't look stable.
I had no idea what he just said.
I mean, does this look stable?
I don't know. Oh yeah, no, it doesn't.
No. Definitely not.
Definitely not.
I've got that sinking feeling.
Alright, so once again, just more navigation through.
Oh.
Another Eaton input.
I've got that
Yeah.
sinking feeling.
It's very early into the checkpoint though, so
And that was the end of the level.
yeah,
Literally, last obstacle of there.
just a little bit of time lost there.
Okay, I have to check here real quick. Okay,
Yes.
okay, we're on good.
3 more to go. So this is the final section. This is basically the final boss. This is called Skeleton Bridge, and yes, the final boss is in fact.
Wait, hold up. Ow. Does any of you two remember what my PB is?
I think it's 224.
224, yeah.
I might smash it.
Yeah.
Don't jinx it now.
I'd have to lose like 20 minutes somehow.
Yeah. Yeah, so this section here we have, so basically, at the start of it, the cutscene that where we always, like, it skips like 15 minutes because who watches cutscenes during the speedrun?
Okay, so I know where at least 6 minutes came from, but the rest,
I think possibly just cleaner movement or something like that, but
maybe.
yeah. So basically what Bug has to do, well, what we have to do basically is shoot down 8 groups. Well, we just did 8 groups, or at least we'll have a few more to get. So it's a bunch of orange flowers here. So yes, basically what that'll do is knock down some rocks on Rudy's head, which will. It's the only way we can actually.
Yeah, to help Mama.
Yes. Use a lasso to move down the rocks like that.
Mama is not very happy.
So we have a few more groups left.
Ow.
Grab the strawberry just in case. There we go.
Okay, real quick, no. Okay, we're good.
Yeah. Into the checkpoint there. Okay, this is a very key section here. Grab a crystal, very nice.
Bruh.
We try tries to eat it. Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah. Rudy is none too pleased with what's going on right now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Now we open another section. So I think it's 1 or 2 more groups.
It's just one more.
Yeah, that's what I
Last
thought.
one, yeah.
I wasn't sure. Yeah, we're at the section where
And
Everything-
the last crystal.
everything starts falling a bit apart, but. Ooh. Uh-oh.
Close.
Very close.
Okay, I need another recharge.
Yeah.
Probably a good idea.
Yep.
Bro.
Oh.
What was that?
Okay, at least you don't have to do the fight over from the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah, but unfortunately, I think just too. Yeah, just too close there.
Just a bit, yeah. Huh?
I
was
shot
that?
at nothing.
Did you take recoil?
I think that's
Maybe.
something that happens there.
That's
Yeah.
silly.
Yeah, unfortunately, with the bazooka we have here, you only can use 10 at a time, so it's not the best.
There.
There we
There
go.
we go.
Okay, so timing ends when I click continue on the last, you know. Here's all your crystals.
Yeah. So.
All right,
Skip
all right,
this.
let's check. And time.
Time.
Mama had saved us from ruin.
Yeah, that is a massive PB right there.
Very massive PB. Smashed it by
18
roughly
min-
21 minutes.
Yeah, actually, yeah, about 20 minutes.
And way underestimated.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Way
very underestimated. But man, that was very much better run that I saw from the previous PB you had. So very good.
Yeah. And hey, still second place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is still second place.
Are you gonna work towards getting the world
This-
record?
Maybe if I can think on the things that I should do in order to improve it.
Yeah, for sure. But that right there is Ice Age: Dawn of the Dinosaurs, and yeah, we did all the upgrades. We had all of the crystals collected. We had only like one really major reset of our level, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
so overall, I think that was a really good run.
Really simple and really clean.
Yeah, so yeah, most of that run is just simply just collecting as much as you need in the early levels. So, oh yeah, vibing to the music, and then just utilizing them at the perfect time to collect all of the crystals that are the bonus ones that you don't collect in the actual levels. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
pretty much that is, yeah, just platforming whatever character you use. Yeah. Once you utilize them to that whatever playstyle they're given in this game, then just gotta navigate it and avoid enemies, and that is essentially what this run is for 100%. It's not much different from any percent, except you just spend more time collecting a bunch of other stuff. Where in any percent you would continue to progress through.
Regardless of what you collected.
Of course.
Yeah. But yeah, whether you speedrun or don't think on speedrun this game, please play it. It's
Oh, yeah.
really good.
Yeah, it's a very good game for one that's I think is underappreciated. So I would say definitely give this game a try. I don't think you would regret it at all. Like it's on a bunch of different platforms, so definitely give it a shot.
Yeah.
Music's a vibe though, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see the voice talents. I think they brought back everyone who voiced their characters
In the actual movie.
actual movie.
So yeah, that is Ice Age: Dawn of the Dinosaurs, 100%.
Yeah. It's 5:30. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, so
You and me both.
of course. Well, there you have it. So overall, I think it went really well. 20-minute-ish PB, so
Definitely gonna
Yeah.
be something to keep in mind.
for sure, absolutely. Also, those who do want to donate for Urban Arts, as Urban Arts is one of the it supports a bunch of students trying to pursue their dreams and stuff. So what we can show here is a bunch of the prizes you can win if you donate to the with the link that is pinned in the stream chat. So this right here is the Mario Bros. Let's just try to show it as much as I can. This has all the runners that did the Mario Bros. LTA and STA, and I think it's really cool. But that's also not the only one we have. We also have these Japanese Mario 64. I think will be signed by all the LTA runners or by all the speedrunners in there as well. And has the game inside as well. So I think it's really cool. And also a VHS tape of the 70-star person relay that that was done, I think, the last pace. And looks really cool. You guys can take a look. And
It is very cool.
yeah, have the background as well. Yeah, shoutouts Joey, King J. And we also have a few other. Well, if you donate, you can be entered into the raffle where you can get the prizes and try to get them. This is a let's see.
It is a Blu-ray disc of Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, which is a very underrated movie, and you can also win the entire comic book series with it too.
Yeah, show that as well. Boom! Look at that.
Isn't it beautiful?
It looks amazing. Me holding it, I'm getting. Yeah, but we also have. I think if you do $25, you could be entered to enter a Nintendo Switch OLED, and you can also have this Nintendo 64, this very clear and I think working HDMI, something like that.
Working HDMI, really good for streams. Really good quality as well.
For sure. And yeah, that's all. I think that's all the time we have. But make sure you donate. Definitely support. It supports a very good cause, and I think that's it.
Yeah, be sure to follow Costiller on all of his socials at CostilerAphid18.
And yeah, and if you want to follow us at all, just feel free to do so. And yeah.
My Twitter is Writing Retro. You
Yes.
can also find me on a good amount of the music platforms. I'm starting to put out my music there more.
Nice.
If you
Yeah.
feel free
Yeah.
to support a fellow artist.
Yeah, of course. And if you want to follow anybody else who does this, especially me, but you don't have to if that's okay. But yeah, that was Ice Age. We'll get you onto the next run of the events. So thank you guys for having us, and we'll see you guys next time. If there's next time. Bye.
See ya.